Division of Minority Affairs and the Southern University College of Business, we got together 2 years ago to create this insurance program to educate individuals about the opportunities that exist in the insurance industry. You know, we have information that shows that there's very little penetration among minorities in the insurance industry. So our task has been to try to make minorities more aware of the opportunities that exist and to prepare them for those opportunities. So here at Southern, the students can take up to 12 hours in insurance and earn a concentration.
What type of careers are available in insurance in Louisiana?
Well, numerous. You know, you've got claims adjusters, you've got claims underwriters, you've got, as our panel said, actuaries, customer service reps, agents and producers, just the entire gambit of positions.
I've been at the department now, going on board in 2001 as chief deputy for my predecessor and serving as his chief deputy and executive counsel for 6 years, and then for the last 6 as Patrick said, as your elected and reelected commissioner of insurance for the past 6 years. And regulating insurance is truly a challenging position. I very much enjoy my role at the department. I enjoyed very much being chief deputy to Commissioner Woolley. And before that, my last 6 years in the State House, I served as chairman of the House Insurance Committee. And the reason I enjoy what I do so much today is because of the following mix, as I describe it. The combination of something very complex, insurance, combined with something absolutely necessary. Nothing happens at work or even at home, for that matter, without insurance. And finally, the part that I add to that mix that makes it so volatile is it's really expensive. So you're impacting folks in a big way when you do what Patrick and I and Darry and the rest of our staff do on a day in and day out basis. We help folks. The primary responsibility of the Department of Insurance is to be the consumer protector for folks buying insurance. And that means we're there to help them, as the Better Business Bureau is for all other forms of business. We're there to help them when they have a need, an issue, a question concerning insurance. And as I said, it's complex, it's expensive, and it's absolutely necessary. So with that background, I would like to talk to you a little bit today about career opportunities and your role, your potential role going forward in the insurance industry. And I'll start off by saying I believe what I'm about to tell you very deeply. I have 4 daughters back home. One's a doctor, one's a lawyer, one's a school teacher, and one's in the banking community. I've tried insurance with all 4 of them and haven't succeeded yet in talking any of them into a career in insurance. But I tell them what I'm about to tell you, and that is that it's a golden opportunity, that it is something that you can get great personal satisfaction out of, and that can provide you with a very comfortable living for a prolonged period of time. Insurance affects virtually everything we do in our life and in business. It provides peace of mind for people and things we value. There are many forms of insurance, and you probably have at least one type of policy in place for yourself as we speak. Even though insurance is all around you, you may not know very much about it or the people who work in the industry. A career insurance is about helping individuals and business manage risk to protect themselves from unexpected losses and to anticipate potential problems. Working in insurance can be not only fulfilling on a personal level, but also can be financially rewarding as well. Many people are intimidated when they hear about insurance. They think it's boring, or that it's going to be all about sales and cold calling. But the truth is that one of the basic functions of the insurance industry is helping people when they need help the most. When a hurricane hits and someone's roof is damaged by a tree, one of the first people they're going to call is their insurance agent, who will work through the entire claims process with them hand in hand. When you get into an auto accident and need to find out what steps to take, again, one of the first calls you'll make is to your insurance agent. When you have a doctor's visit, most likely the bulk of your bill is paid up front by your health insurance, and if you have any questions on what may be covered, you call your insurance agent. Or, if you lose a loved one, you'll be speaking with your insurance agent about possible life insurance benefits. Insurance is a stable yet thriving industry that provides a wide array of career possibilities. Whether you're in sales or accounting, or management or customer service, most jobs in the business sector can be found in the insurance industry. Working in insurance means you help people with their day-to-day insurance needs, explaining the choices available to them and helping them choose the most appropriate insurance coverage. You'll also be working with people during the claims process, ensuring that it goes smoothly. You can work in a variety of areas in the insurance industry. These include as a risk manager, an underwriter, a producer or agent, a customer service representative, or even as an actuary. Underwriters, for example, accept or reject risk on behalf of insurance companies. They assess the kind of insurance required by groups such as professional sports teams, or a city government, or even a shopping mall developer. Underwriters closely examine the organization's operation and its request for insurance, then decide what the insurance company should cover and how much it should charge for that coverage. The salary range for an insurance underwriter in Louisiana generally is between $50,000 and $80,000 a year. Loss adjusters are responsible for ensuring that those who have suffered a loss receive the compensation and assistance they're eligible to receive. Whether employed by the insurance company or working as an independent contractor, the loss adjuster investigates the accident, arranges medical treatment if necessary, and negotiates the final settlement to restore policyholders to where they were as closely as possible before their loss. Actuaries are problem solvers, and they put a price tag on probabilities. They're always in high demand because they are well-versed in finance and economics and are able to translate their conclusions into plain language. You'll hear from the Department of Insurance Chief Actuary as part of this seminar, as well as several other individuals with expertise in a variety of insurance professions. Major areas of opportunity in the insurance industry include auto insurance, life insurance, property and casualty insurance, health insurance, long-term care insurance, and many others. There is a lot of growth in the insurance industry and the jobs that go with it. For example, according to the Louisiana Workforce Commission, one of the top 20 fastest growing jobs in the Baton Rouge area is financial examiner. Most financial examiners work in the finance and insurance industry, the federal government or state government. Their average salary in Louisiana is about $80,000 a year. Over the next 10 years, those jobs are expected to increase by about 35% in the Baton Rouge area. For insurance producers or agents, the salary range in Louisiana is typically between $54,000 and $90,000 a year. The state's Workforce Commission has predicted that the number of producer jobs will grow by nearly 20% over the next 10 years. If you think you might be interested in a career in insurance, you can start exploring the industry while you're still a student through research, networking, and work experience, or through an internship or part-time job. We at the Louisiana Department of Insurance hire student workers in our various offices, consumer advocacy, human resources and public affairs, for example, where you can get a feel for what the industry is all about. I highly recommend, if you're interested in a career in insurance, that you reach out to us and see about the availability of such student worker positions in our Department of Insurance. We have long made that resource available to students, and many have taken advantage of it, including our Deputy Commissioner for Consumer Advocacy, who started as a student worker with us 20 years ago while attending law school here at Southern University. So I hope I've given you kind of a flavor for what's available in the insurance field for career opportunities. I really honestly believe that it's something that is a great opportunity for you for the decades to come as you finish your training and your education here at Southern. Look around for opportunities that interest you, that gratify you, that old saying that if you have a career opportunity, a career doing something that you enjoy doing, as I said before, as I do with my current position and did as Chief Deputy before for my predecessor, then you'll never, if you have a job doing something you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life. And that is so true. It truly is a blessing to be able to have the opportunity to support yourself and your family while doing something that makes you feel good about getting up each morning and going to the workplace in whatever field of endeavor you choose.
I am a licensed insurance agent, and I'm also a graduate of Southern University. These very halls that you're on right here, I did this a long time ago. And that is 89, I graduated from here. And have an opportunity to be able to come back here and be able to speak with you today about a career opportunity in insurance. I've been in insurance almost 20 years now. And when I said where you're at, I didn't really know that insurance was going to be my course or my thing to do once I got out of school. I graduated, went back home. My family owned some funeral homes back in Lake Charles, and was fortunate enough to work for them. And I said I wanted to do something a little different. So when I sold cars for a couple of years, then I got on with State Farm in 1994 as a claims specialist. I spent 10 years doing claims. Great field. Good. I mean, if you want to get into claims, you're going to learn how to talk with people, get their cars fixed, put a check in their hand, and put them back out on the road. But I wanted a little bit more. And the more I wanted was to find out information about the agents, those guys who you go in their office for about 4 or 5 minutes and make your payment, and then you come out of there. And I was curious about it. And I started asking questions about it, and I said, you know what, I think I may want to do this. Because when you're in sales, man, look, when you're in sales, you get a great feeling out of being able to sell stuff. You know, and I say I sold cars for 4 years and was one of the top car salesmen at the dealership that I worked at. And went to State Farm and got there and I started getting the checks in and everything, and that felt good, but I still wanted more. I still like the feeling I got when I sold stuff. And I got in the agency program with them. It was in it for a few years, and no opportunities came up where I was at in Lake Charles. So I went to another company, took a risk, went out and spoke with somebody, and I was fortunate enough to have been an agent. Got appointed with Allstate and was an agent with them for 8 years. And that went great. Wanted a little bit more, okay? And became an independent agent. Independent agents allow you to do things like insure buildings like this. I don't think anybody in here walked here. From whatever city you may be from, you were transported in a car. Everybody has to have auto insurance. They have to have life insurance. And they have to have commercial insurance, general liability, the things that cover you walking into this room, falling and hurting yourself. There's coverage for all of those things. But you can sell those products to everyone that you meet. Because I'm excited right now because I see all of you as potential clients. I'm loving it. So if I say my name 3 or 4 more times, Google me, Yahoo me, but if I can help you, you let me know though.
Good morning, and thank you once again. And of course, it's exactly how I entered into the industry, healthcare industry, is because I worked critical care at a hospital for maybe 16 years, and I still do work there part-time. However, I kind of stumbled in on a position as a personal nurse here at Humana and just coaching health members on their health, how to establish health goals and things like that. So when I interviewed for an insurance industry position, I'm thinking, oh, how exactly can an insurance industry utilize my skills? Well, I've gone from doing personal nursing to now I am a clinical learning facilitator. I travel throughout the United States and I train Humana's case managers. And in doing so, I have run across many, many fields, diverse opportunities within Humana. So I want to share some things with you regarding Humana's perspective, where we are. We focus ourselves on the 4 pillars of health, and those are going to be health, belonging, security, and purpose. Because we know now that healthcare is not just about health anymore. It's about caring for our families, our friends, finances, and our personal life goals. So I enjoy what I do. Again, I travel a lot. It's a great opportunity. Humana offers diverse opportunities. We have an inclusion and diversity department, which is very, very innovative. It was something that I didn't really realize we had, but when I stumbled upon it, I wanted to share some opportunities with you guys to let you know that we're here. We are looking for innovative people. We have New Orleans. We have a branch in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Kentucky, many branches in the state of Florida.
How many of you actually like math? Well, we got a few, more than I expected. This is good. You really have to enjoy math if you want to get into the actuarial profession. The profession itself uses as a foundation math and the manipulation, if you would, of numbers in order to predict or estimate what future costs within the insurance industry are. It's very robust, but at the same time, the actual profession is not one that you normally would see on the forefront. You know, you're not going to find your name on the front page of a paper or often journals and this kind of thing within the profession because you're working more in a back room to support the insurance industry. The profession itself is one of the most satisfying according to U.S. News and World Report, CNN, Money polls. It's one of the most satisfying careers that an individual enjoys math could go down. Myself, I kind of stumbled into it. I was kind of maybe in the same shoes as many of you when I went to college to become a doctor. I was going to be the doctor in the family, but when I got to college by my sophomore year, I realized I don't like the sight of blood. It became an issue. I didn't like biology. I didn't like any of that stuff. And as a result, I had to do a little self-evaluation as to where I wanted to go. And I really did not know where I wanted to go. I decided math was fun. It was easy. And so I concentrated on math in my undergraduate program, and then I decided, well, what can you do with math with an undergraduate degree? And I decided I had to go to graduate school. I had to get a master's or even a PhD and go work for NASA or somebody like that, one of the think tanks. As it turns out, by the time I graduated, I was broke. And I decided rather than borrow a lot of money, I went out and started looking for jobs. The insurance industry was very interesting in the sense that they were willing to offer me a job, and they slotted me when I got hired. They slotted me in an actuarial position, which I learned an awful lot about the actuarial profession real quick at that point. The profession is not an easy one to get through. Just working for an insurance company and saying you're in an actuarial division isn't the goal as an actuarial career. The goal is to pass actuarial exams. You have to become accredited to be recognized as an actuary, and it is not an easy path. A lot of folks, even though they are interested in math, may find that they are not as interested in the actual profession when they realize the sacrifices that will be made because you have to pass a series of 10 exams. You could expect to make somewhere between $45,000 and $65,000 a year with absolutely no experience in an insurance job as an actuary. If you can get through all the exams, the average salary exceeds $150,000 for actuaries. Now, that's 10 exams. Now, that's a lot of money. And within the insurance business, there's a lot in the insurance business can make more. But as a profession, that's not a bad salary to start with or to end with. And especially if it's a job that you like going to and you like getting up in the morning and going to work and solving problems that involve numbers and math for insurance issues.
But where I started, I went to grew up in Baton Rouge, and I went to LSU. After I left LSU, I had a similar thing. I thought I wanted to be an engineer. You know, he thought he wanted to be a doctor. I thought I wanted to be an engineer. It turns out I didn't like math, so I had to go do something else. And so I went into political science, knowing that I would have to go to some type of post-graduate degree. And I thought, not liking math, you know, I'd go into law. Well, here's a surprise for anybody that thinks they might want to go that path. You kind of need to like math a little bit if you want to go into law. It's got a lot to do with numbers. So just a heads up if anybody's thinking that route. So I sold real estate after undergrad, and then 4 years later, came to Southern to get my law degree. Thought I wanted to be a corporate attorney. Thought it was going to be fun. You know, you see them on TV. It's not. It's not fun. But you might like it. There's a whole industry out there of people that love their jobs, that do those things, that work at the big firms and handle things for companies. And that's wonderful. I didn't know that I was going to like this. I thought going into law school, I was like, I won't do criminal law and I won't do family law. Those are just two things I just don't want to touch. And I clerked for the district attorney in the 21st JDC, Scott Perilou. He's over in Livingston, Tangipahoa, and St. Helena. He gave me an opportunity to go work a summer out there, and turns out I really like criminal law, especially prosecuting. And that's what led me to go work at the Department of Justice, and I prosecuted insurance fraud. I also thought I wanted to prosecute, you know, violent crime, things you see on CSI and all those other attorney shows, and you know, they really don't do the paper crimes so much, but that's what I ended up doing. I ended up prosecuting unemployment insurance fraud and workers' comp fraud, contractor fraud, tax fraud, and it kind of gives you, it's different. It's different. When I prosecute those cases, my victim is the state. So you really don't have to, you don't have the sad story. It's not as emotional as the other crimes, but you know, I can show the person that I'm prosecuting, well, here you did it. It's right here. You know, so it gives you a lot of leeway to move those cases through and to help benefit, you know, the public in that way, because you can kind of get it done because it's all on paper. But that's the path that I went, and it's gotten me here, and it got me, you know, on this panel. And I want to thank Patrick for asking me. I've only been at the Department of Insurance for about 5 weeks now. So I went from prosecuting, which is the back end of it. It's all happened. You know, they've probably gone through an administrative process by this point. There's probably been a civil process possibly at this point. And then if it's that bad that, you know, they need to go to jail or pay some serious fine, you know, be hit with a felony, then that's when it gets to me. So the story's been told several times by the time it gets to me. And now I've moved to the front end, and now I'm part of the regulating, and it's a lot more than what I thought. And so you never know where you're going to be. You never know, you know, where it might take you. I ended up in insurance by chance, and it's worked out really well. So I would say, you know, what you need to take from this is that you need to go out there and get in some type of industry, because you still may end up in insurance, and insurance is wonderful. You know, it's got a lot of opportunities, but I think the best thing you can take away from this is that you need to find something that you want to do professionally, get out there, get some experience before you're swamped with student loans and the debt. So while you have the opportunity, take it.
My name is Marcus Anderson. I'm a fellow student here at Southern University, math major. Currently in front of you, explain what I do. I'm an insurance agent for Miss Agnes Andrews at her office at Allstate. And basically, I'm just trying to explain to you that what they're telling you is very feasible. You can do it. I got 2 licenses while I'm still in school. If you could study, you could take a test. And what I like to tell, if you like to help people, I'm very passionate as far as helping my peers. I would say that's one of the reasons why I got into insurance. I see that with going through life, there are different trials and tribulations you go to, and whether it be a car accident, a death in the family, those things that are financially hard to recover from. And that's where insurance companies can come in. So, so you might get a lawsuit. Someone, you wreck into someone, they get their injuries, they want you to pay for it. If you work in a regular job like most people, you're not gonna be able to pay that lawsuit. So that's just one of the reasons why insurance is so important. Like I say, I'm really passionate about helping people. It really brings a joy to me when I can help someone, if there's a death in the family, if they have life insurance, they don't have to worry about how am I gonna bury my father, my mother, or how are we gonna eat now since our only provider just passed. So I was just here to just, I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I'm not very long-winded, but yeah, the opportunities are there. If you're looking for, even if you want to looking for a part-time job while you're still in school, get your license. You make some good money better than working some retail job making minimum wage. You do a lot better. Well, I thank you for your time, and I'm Marcus Anderson with Agnes Andrews Allstate. Also, if you're looking for renter's insurance, I know y'all got some apartments, car insurance, life insurance. I could do it all. Thank you.
I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here with you, talk to you about what I sincerely believe is a great career opportunity, one that you will get the kind of satisfaction I described I receive in doing what I do on a day in and day out basis, and the people that are on the ground where the rubber meets the road, I tell my agent friends all the time, interacting with consumers on a day in and day out basis, getting the same gratification from their work in helping their clients that I do as well. So I would urge you to take a close look at insurance as a career path, and look to us. Contact us. I mentioned those student job opportunities that we have, but beyond that, we would welcome your groups as classes or individual students with an interest to come to the department, introduce yourself at the front door, and tell them the commissioner said for you to come take a look around and sit down with some of our folks and interact with them about health insurance or auto insurance or long-term care insurance, and get a flavor for what we do and how we do it. I would truly encourage you to do that. And thank you very much for the invitation.
Most people, when they think about insurance, they think of just sales. And so since we've been able to tell them about all of the opportunities that exist behind the scenes, they become more interested. And the fact that they don't have to have a business background in order to be in the insurance industry, because the insurance industry employs folks from all disciplines, regardless. Criminal justice, nursing, law, marketing, accounting, finance, math, you name it, there's an application in the insurance industry.